Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Porter. I am currently taking a online university class that is the beginning of my academic career to becoming a teacher. The assignment that we are currently working on is about teacher dispositions and how that affects the classroom. There are 10 dispositions. I'm just going to give a little disclaimer really quick. If I keep looking back and forth, it's because my computer is right behind you, so I'm looking at that. But there are 10 different dispositions that teachers hold, which are curiosity, honesty, compassion, advocacy, dedication, reflection, respect for diversity of others, and high expectations. I will say, I feel like I have a strong suit and a weak part in every single one of these, as most do. But we had to put something as 10 and we had to put something as 1. So the ones that I feel like I have more in are compassion. I'm a very empathetic and compassionate person. I love to be able to talk to people and get their side of what is going on or what is going on in their life and just be able to understand them from where they are coming from and meet them in the middle. So I feel like I'm a very compassionate person. Another one on top of that is honesty, which kind of works right into compassion. Whenever it comes to students, especially younger students, if they tend to catch a whiff of dishonesty from a teacher or something like that, they tend to just push away, and that creates a hostile learning environment. But being a teacher that can conduct themselves with honesty with their students and not just try to white lie your way through everything and just be upfront and honest with them, that tends to get a lot further with students, just from personal experience as a student. But so I feel like honesty is another big thing for me, just having that transparent communication between students and faculty is something that really helps to keep the entire school as a whole in a very untoxic, a very healthy, positive, and learning environment. Other than that, there are a few that I put on my lower end, but I will say I feel like I have some strong suits in this, like I said before, but just not as strong as the compassion and honesty. Personal dedication to me is something that has been maybe a little on my weaker side, but I feel like my dedication to students is something that is strong and it is there and is prominent. But just I feel like something that I'll have to work on my personal side is just the dedication and the motivation to get up every single day and go in and make the learning environment positive and impactful for my students, and to continue their lifelong development and learning journey starts in my classroom or in an elementary school classroom, and the dedication to just keep pushing that I feel like is something that I will have to work on, along with reflection, just being able to take something and reflect on it in the moment and change it for the better for my students. I feel like that's something that's going to be an in the moment kind of learning experience that I just haven't gotten all of the all of their hands-on learning experience to be able to really put the reflection into action. But I feel like that's, like I said, another one that will just have to be worked on before I enter into the classroom. The last thing to talk about is different qualities that professional educators display. I feel like the qualities that make a good teacher is patience, first of all. Especially with elementary school students. They are just learning. They're just starting out in school. They're trying to dip their toes in the water, and they're trying to push the boundaries a little bit to see how far they can get away with things. So patience is something that educators have to have, especially with younger students, and most of the time with older students, because we all know how seniors and high school students love to push buttons as well, but they know what they're doing. The little kids, not so much. They just want to see what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do and stuff like that. So patience is very prominent in the classroom. It has to be very prominent in your being, especially, like I said, with those little kids. Another thing that works right with patience is adaptability, which is just being able to, if something happens, let's adapt and let's get through it, and let's just make the right steps to be able to get through it, and let's just continue on with our day without turning the classroom into a hostile environment. The last thing that I feel like just kind of works all in all with everything is your passion for the children. I feel like personally, I do have a small passion for teaching, but my passion is more dedicated towards these kids and dedicated towards making their futures better, and what I can do to make sure that they have a good time in the classroom so they'll actually want to be there and they'll actually want to learn, because learning is key to life, and it's something that you have to do throughout your entire life, whether it just be very small things or whether it be book work. Like, no matter what, learning is the key to life, and having a strong standing on learning at the beginning is so important for little kids, because they, like I said, they're just now getting their foot in the door, they're dipping their toes in the water, so they're just figuring out what learning is, other than like the little things that they did at home with mom or dad, but actually learning in a professional setting or at a school or with peers of their own age. That's completely different from learning at home with mom and dad. So the passion just to teach these children and to continue an everyday stance with them and relationship with them is something that I feel like is a quality of a very good teacher, and that's something that I feel like I have, just for my love of little kids and stuff like that. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a little bit more about dispositions of teaching. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.